I want to keep getting better at my job. That's a great question. It's a question I ask myself sometimes when I look at the class schedule and I realize I'm giving up my Tuesday nights and Saturday mornings for the year and a half, starting in October. For me, it was really easy. I want to keep getting better at my job. And, with all of the work I'm doing, sure, when, a new tax bill comes out, the CARES Act or, the Tax Cuts and Job Act in 2017, it gives you the opportunity to kind of research and learn. But otherwise, the continuing education required for certified public accountants will give you enough you need to stay up on things, but you're not really going to drastically improve or get way better at your job just by doing that. And so, looking at what I do, I think that the biggest hole or potential hole in my knowledge and my ability to serve my clients is, all of the tax code I haven't been exposed to. The things that are specifically applicable for contractors, of the size that I work with, I'm sure I know most of those. But as other things come up, I would hate to do a disservice for my clients because I didn't know something or wasn't aware of something. And so I did a lot of research to find a Masters of Taxation program that wasn't a CPA exam prep course, because I think a lot of the Masters of Accountancy programs can lead that way. And so I actually found Cal State University Northridge. They require you to have 3 years of professional experience or to already have your CPA license to get into the program. And so they're really just targeting making practicing professionals better, as opposed to, goals to pass a test that you've already passed. And so I'm doing it so I can keep getting better. I think it's the easiest thing I can do as far as, not having to, look up 50 different CPEs or lectures on my own. I sign up for one program, and over a year and a half, I think it's going to make me a lot better at my job for my clients, make me more valuable for them. Also, I think it doesn't hurt that when people are looking for a tax professional, there's, CPA license is big, but there's a lot of people with the CPA license. And at the end of the day, if the client was good enough at tax to be able to tell who's good at tax and who's not by talking to them, they wouldn't need a tax guy. And so just having something else to kind of differentiate myself from someone else and show that I am so committed and focused on the tax side, I think being able to put MST, behind the CPA in my email signature will help with that a little bit too. I think that answer has to be, especially if you're going back after you have your CPA license, it has to be on an individual by individual basis. For example, if you're not doing hardly any tax, don't go get an MST. That would be the worst thing you could do. I don't want a Master of Science in Accounting because I do very little GAAP work, right? So getting better in my GAAP skills isn't going to help me in my career or help my clients. I think the MBA is really attractive, and I think more accountants should do it. Especially if you don't have any experience in industry. If you haven't actually worked in a business environment and you've only worked in public accounting, I think an MBA would give you a lot of exposure to help make you that more valuable advisor for your clients. Or if you're solely in, CAS or advisory, then the MBA is a good option. I feel like I have enough why I ruled that out for myself was because I'd worked for 4 or 5 years on the operational side, in a business that's not public accounting, and so that's why I didn't go that route. But I think that we'll see more and more accountants pursue the MBA. It helps make you different. At the end of the day, you being better at really specific GAAP stuff that doesn't apply to that client isn't going to help that client nearly as much as you understanding general business environment concepts better. It's funny, we actually have an intern now who got his undergraduate degree in accounting, is working on getting his license, but he's also enrolled in the MBA program at UNR. Yeah, I think that's a trend we'll see more in public accounting for sure. Potentially, it really comes down to that person's tax knowledge, but I'm starting the program in October. My answer may change then, but I think it's really worth considering for most people, just because there's so much tax law and there's so much case law regarding the tax law. It doesn't even matter how well you know it and can interpret it. It matters how well you know how every Ninth Circuit ruling has ever interpreted it. And there's so many applications and kind of opportunities to apply it to client circumstances that from what I understand and what I'm hoping to get out of this Master of Science in Taxation program, I really think that anyone who's focusing in tax should consider it.